Take one.
The Invisible Man is the new horror film by Blumhouse Productions, and it is part of the Universal Dark Universe Cinematic Universe, or Uduku. It stars Elizabeth Moss and is noticeably better than the previous Universal Studios reboot of The Mummy starring Tom Cruise. It's well-paced, with a good use of cinematic technique to create suspense, and is held together by a compelling lead performance. The downfall of the film is it goes on a little too long. It felt as though the movie could have been about 40 minutes shorter, and at a key point in the climax, the film becomes a little too actiony for my tastes. Not that action is bad, but this invisible reviewer found the tone of it didn't match the tone the film previously set up. Still, the film far exceeded my expectations, and I'd say it's worth a solid recommendation.
Take two.
The Invisible Man is a new reboot of the classic Universal horror film of the same name. Seeing the trailers, I thought it would be a hilariously bad film, but to my surprise, it was actually quite a good film. It managed to keep a solid horror tone that held me on the edge of my seat through most of it. I had never seen the original, but I always thought that The Invisible Man was the hardest of the Universal monsters to bring back. The movie has a solid performance by Elizabeth Moss, who does a great job of coming off like an abuse victim. The action and effects for The Invisible Man himself are mostly done well and convincing, but there was a moment here and there that was just a little bit silly. It also had a pretty interesting twist, which I think is something lacking in most mainstream horror films today. I'm really interested to see Universal and Blumhouse continue rebooting the Universal monsters if we get more films like this and less like The Mummy or Dracula Untold. Hey everyone, it's Brandon and I. We've decided we're going to start doing reviews again. I don't know if we probably won't be able to do weekly reviews. It'll all depend on our schedule. But I'm going to see if we can do upload one probably like on Mondays. I'm thinking it's going to be the release schedule for reviews. And I'm also going to probably in October start doing a written horror series of reviews that I'm going to try to see if I can do weekly. That'll probably come out on Fridays, I'm thinking, but it's all subject to change. Anyways, we're here talking about the new Universal Dark Universe movie.
Cinematic Universe.
Sorry, the Uduku, the Universal Dark Universe Cinematic Universe. But now it should be called the Buduku, the Blumhouse Universal Dark Universe Cinematic Universe. And the first film for that is The Invisible Man. So, do you want to tell us what you thought about The Invisible Man?
Yeah, I think we're in agreement that when we saw the trailers, we kind of rolled our eyes and said, oh my god, they're doing it again.
Yeah, well, okay, I actually should point out, Brandon looked at the trailers and went, this looks just horrible. I don't ever want to see this film. I looked at it and went, this looks horrible. I can't wait to see this.
Same thought, different reaction.
I'm the type of person who went to go see Rings. I went to see Rings like opening weekend and there was nobody in the theater.
Yeah. Well, I think
not for this though, it was packed.
This one was packed. Surprisingly, it's done extremely well in its opening weekend.
Yeah, which is great 'cause I think we're both in agreement that
it exceeds the expectations we had.
100%, yeah.
Yes.
And I personally would love to see them, take their take on other Universal monsters, because I always thought that The Invisible Man was probably a harder one to do cinematically because he's not there.
Yes.
You're looking at a wall half the time or a chair. But they handle it really well, I thought.
Well, it comes into that at times, especially I said to you was the fights. I thought it looked a little goofy at times.
Yeah. Brandon thought the fights were a little goofy. Personally, I thought they were all handled well for the most part. There's the one part where she's breaking plates over his face, and that part was really funny. Because it was right out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. It was
Well, what I was the image that I was getting in my head while I was watching it was I'm a huge fan of Parks and Rec, and there's a character Ron Swanson who's in one scene he's suffering from something he calls sleep fighting, and it's sort of like sleepwalking, but it's just him laying down with like a cover over his face, and he's punching the air and everything, and so it sort of conjures that image to me.
I can kind of imagine. I can see the fight scenes in the movie.
Only painful when he's losing.
Okay, I can kind of see that. I don't know, in the moment I thought it worked really well, but I was also like really kind of taken in by like the horror, where I was just like,
Yes.
oh my god.
Yes, it was surprisingly relatively well executed. It wasn't anything I would say that was masterfully done. I wouldn't say it was
Yeah, it wasn't like, say, like
amazing.
The Witch or something like that.
Yeah, but it did use camera movements and techniques to build suspense. It was a lot better than just simple shot, reverse shot, and jump scares. So
Yeah,
yeah,